What's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So with the energy sector being a hot topic in Trinidad as of recently, the Dragon's gas deal has been at the forefront of everyone's thoughts, process, and imagination because of the Donald Trump tariff. Today, I wanted to talk to you about a company called Proman. The CEO recently said there's no doom and gloom. There is no doom and gloom in Trinidad's energy sector. And they are investing 500 million US directly into their company based in Trinidad this year alone. But let's be real. Who's actually benefiting from all of this cash injection, and how much of that money stays within the confines of Trinidad and Tobago? Now, you may ask yourself, who is Proman? Proman. Who is Proman? Proman is a global petrochemical giant. Their headquarters are based in Switzerland, but one of their biggest operations is right here in Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, it's based in Point Lisas. They own and operate 14 petrochemical plants in Point Lisas. They've been there since the 1980s. But today I want to be clear that they don't just do business here in Trinidad and Tobago, they actually dominate. So the Proman CEO, David Cassidy, recently said that they are investing big in Trinidad and Tobago. This all comes on the back of the Dragon's gas deal and the worry that's caused a lot of people. He said they're investing big. They're not going anywhere. They're here to stay. He even mentioned that Trinidad's engineers are being used to train workers in Mexico. So we're providing not just natural gas, but skilled human capital to the rest of the world, according to David Cassidy. Now, Proman, this is not a video bashing them necessarily. This is a video about transparency. We need transparency from our government. So Proman employs roughly 1,100 people in Trinidad and Tobago, accounting for 67% of its global workforce. 67%. Impressively, over 98% of these employees are locally trained and educated. This has been happening since 2012, and Proman has offered over 500 traineeships, providing opportunities for young professionals to gain industry experience, etc. Now, these programs have led to a 57% of the trainees securing full-time employment with the company, and 29% of the leadership team they have currently started as trainees. This is why I say this is not necessarily a video bashing Proman. It's a video more so to educate you and to talk about transparency in Trinidad and Tobago. So Proman exports millions of tons of methanol from Trinidad every year. Millions of tons of methanol every year. And whilst the exact numbers aren't public, again, transparency, their global revenues are in the billions of US dollars, billions. And Trinidad is one of their most productive and profitable locations. Look them up. Look up the foreign investment company called Proman. I'm giving you facts here, by the way. So for me, here's the real question. How much of those billions are staying within the confines of the Trinidad and Tobago economy? How much of those billions is being reinvested into communities, into schools, into infrastructure, or for poverty relief in Trinidad and Tobago? Are we just the resource base while the profits get shipped out to Europe and beyond? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves, and this is the transparency we need from government. So when Proman says they leverage Trinidad, when they say they leverage Trinidad, they mean it. We offer cheap natural gas, a skilled workforce, and tax incentives, right? Yet ordinary Trinidadians aren't seeing the benefits reflected in our schools, our healthcare system, job creation for the poor. And these are the things that we should be demanding from our leaders. This is why I talk about transparency. We need transparency. We need to know the amount of billions this company is making in Trinidad. And it needs to be transparent. The people need to see it. This is your country. So if a company can make billions off our natural resources, they're not there for charity. They're there to make a profit. We, the Trinidadians, need to demand a fair share of the profit stays right here in Trinidad. This is where government comes in. The communities should benefit directly from energy wealth in Trinidad. It is indeed your country. And the government needs to be transparent about the tax breaks and the deals being made behind closed doors. Transparency. That's what this video is about today. Transparency. Holding your government, those we elect as leaders, to account. So my final thoughts on this, I'd finish by saying this is not about chasing foreign investors away. Because I know I'm going to have people in the comment going, oh, blah, blah, blah. This is not about foreign investment is good, generally, if it's utilized properly. But this is about making sure our people benefit just as much as the investors do. Because if we're keeping away our resources, or if we are giving away, our resources without building wealth for citizens, what is the point? What is the point? And let me be real, this company has been in Trinidad since the 1980s, and maybe some of you for the first time are hearing about this company. We need transparency. They've made billions through our natural resources in Trinidad, and we need to know where that money is going. We need our government to be transparent. We need this company to be transparent. This is your country. We cannot afford to have foreign companies come in. And yes, like I say, they do employ 1,100 people in Trinidad. So this is not necessarily a video bashing Proman. It's a video asking for you to hold the government accountable. We need transparency. We need to know where all that money goes. If they're making that much money in Trinidad, we need to know where the money is, where that money goes. We need transparency. We cannot allow companies to come to the Caribbean, do what they do, and leave. We need transparency. So I hope you've learned something from this video today. I look forward to seeing what you have to say in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys on my next video. For now, much love. Take care. God bless. Peace.